So I've played a few evil campaigns, and this seems right up the alley. Like when you're starting out and how to get in that mindset.
Yep. Nope, that pretty much is it. It sums it up. It gives the whole culture and what it is to be part of that, and surrounded by evil, and what you're going to have to deal with, and so yeah. There's you know.
I mean,
evil.
you're okay, right? It didn't hurt or anything, did it? That's all you're getting. That's all you're getting out of me.
Yeah.
That's what you said
we
at
all
first.
say.
Oh, damn it. Damn it all.
What the hell are you guys watching?
Welcome back. It is Ugly Couch Show time again. I am Master Torgo.
Commander K.
And just Michael sitting here.
That really blows my mind.
Yeah.
What'd you do
Yeah.
with Paul?
The body will pop up at some point.
All right.
I'm sure.
Well, gas bag, is that what you're saying? We're here to tell you what to watch, what to read, what to play. But first, of course, an inaugural What's Going in My Mouth.
Geez.
Jelly, tell us
my
about
gosh.
it.
Today's What's Going in My Mouth is brought to you by Christian Bale's Throat Drops. Yes, after spending a day talking like the Dark Knight, you need the cool, soothing relief in your mouth bat cave.
So, a little something special. This is from Paul.
Of course, and
A
he's
gift-
not here for it.
a gift to
And he's not
us.
here for it,
Oh
yeah.
God.
So,
I think I suspect
he
this.
kind of said that here, I don't want to be here for this. So, this was the time to bring it out. But I do have to ask you, gentlemen, what do you prefer? Red or yellow?
A choice?
Yeah. Choose your fate. The math must need you.
Marshmallow. No,
But choose wisely.
yellow?
Yellow. All right. Go ahead and read that for our folks.
Yashi. What?
That really doesn't have anything that you can read.
It's all in
It's all in Chinese. This is Chinese duck tongue. If you're a listener of the
Oh.
Geek Shock webcast,
This is
Paul
the
told us all
duck
about duck tongue, and apparently this is very ready to eat. You just pop it open and pull it out. So I have some kitchen-style scissors. Not
Right.
really, but I disinfected them before we played. So, would you like to open the package? You get to open the package. I want you
Here
to
we go.
Open the package, take a whiff,
Opening.
and tell us what you smell.
Opening the package. I'd love to tell you what was in this, but I can't read this. So,
Smell good? Appetizing? Everything you
kind of like
wanted?
Vienna wieners.
Yeah?
Like,
So it's duck wieners.
it's packaged meat.
All right, go ahead
basically.
and pull it out. The duck tongue.
That's what she
The
said.
duck tongue. Don't burn.
Oh my gosh.
Look
This
at it, it's drippy.
looks-
It's drippy.
this
Do it
looks-
over the bowl.
This looks horrendous.
That looks. Yeah, I smell it. I smell the Vienna sausages.
Holy wow! Yeah.
What is
This of it. Is there
all
bone?
these little bone things? I don't know what
Well,
that
I don't
is.
need the scissors because it's obviously easy to peel.
Tendons,
Yeah.
Wow,
maybe?
it just sort of fills the room with
Yeah.
kind of a cat food smell.
Do you have some wet naps? Because
Nope.
I don't want this. I don't want this on my fingers.
Too late. All right, you know what? Put
Y'all-
a little something in my.
Oh, his,
gosh.
hand, his fingers have been all over.
little
it.
That's all
something for
right.
you.
You don't trust?
I thought y'all were getting the red. I
Oh
thought I would
no,
eat the yellow.
We're
you would eat
sharing the
red.
yellow. We're sharing the red.
There's
The red
napkins
may
in
come
that drawer
back.
Right there.
Would you like to pick some of that with your own fingers?
It's it seems well spiced.
I don't even know if that's a real piece.
I don't know either. That's the part that tastes the worst.
Yeah.
That's the part you have to eat all.
Oh.
Because it's almost seems like I have
Wow.
to do this like a chicken wing,
I guess.
maybe.
This is kind of.
Jeff, would you do me a favor? Will you grab us some paper towels?
There's napkins in that drawer right in front
Oh,
of you.
that's right. He's magical like that, right here.
Damn.
I prepare for just such an emergency.
For just Michael.
Just.
You
So,
didn't
the
catch where I
napkin we
said
need.
just such an emergency?
Here we go,
I thought
gentlemen.
I was pretty crafty.
We are going to sample Chinese duck tongue. Have a bite. Aha.
Yeah, I think I got the bone.
Again,
That's
that's
really
what
spicy.
she said.
That is spicy.
Wow.
Ooh. Like a curry.
I took a
maybe?
bite on one side. You go ahead and have the other side.
Like a curry spice.
But it's not bad.
That's
It's kind of tasty.
yeah, that's okay.
It's all how do you spice it, man.
It's got like a Vienna wiener.
Spicy Vienna wiener.
Yeah, with bones.
I mean, maybe if it's prepared
little
without
awkward.
spice, it would suck. But yeah, starting to sweat a little, aren't you?
Holy crap.
Yeah. Thank you, Paul. I thought it was going to suck today.
Fuck you, Paul. Mm-hmm. I feel bad for all those ducks walking around going, rah, rah, rah.
Wow. That was a pleasant surprise.
Oh, yeah, that was just,
That wasn't
wow.
bad. That was okay.
That was great.
You
Now,
let
all
him
of us-
off easy.
All of us in the show have now had duck tongue, so thank you, Paul. So, all right, so as the inaugural, my friend, where are you going for the drinks? What's that about?
Wait, what?
Was it? Was
What'd you do?
it-
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
I'm cleansing my palate.
Oh, for the next thing? I can get you something else.
No.
Okay.
I just what I have.
All right, in that case, why don't you start the show? What'd you bring us?
What did I bring? Okay. I love my cartoons. So, let's get this in good order. Avatar: The Last Airbender. Great series. I love this stuff. Done by Michael DiMartino. I've been talking about this stuff for a long time, and it's a really good story. It's a coming-of-age story. Young kid finds out he's this mystical, powerful avatar, and he has to kind of go through life developing his powers, and everyone in the nations look up to him. Well,
The nations?
in the nations, there's multiple nations. You've got it's all elemental powers. So
Okay, so elemental
you've got
nations.
your air nation,
Ah.
kind of free-spirited people,
Not to be
hippie-dippy.
confused with the Hair Nation.
Not the hair nation, the air nation. You've got the earth nation, very grounded individuals. And their people have elemental powers. Air, of course, can fly around on balls of wind and air and control the.
wind.
Yeah, fly around on the balls.
Poor Paul's missing this.
I know it.
Now I understand why Paul loves this series so much.
They can control air currents. Earth people can affect rocks and launch boulders and stuff. You've got the Fire Nation, very powerful, and they're launching waves of fire against their enemies.
Quick
Now-
to anger.
Water Nation.
Yeah, you're cycling through the collections as you name these. Are these
Yeah, we got
particular to
water,
them?
earth, and fire.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
So
all right.
are is that like one story told from 3 different points of view? Or
Well,
is it like
no.
a
What it
series?
is so this kid's got to learn. He's an Air Nation person, so that's why there's not an Air series. But
Okay.
he's Air Nation, so he knows air, and he's got to learn water, earth, and fire. But he doesn't want to do that, so he takes off, ends up crashing in the ocean, and freezing for 100 years, kind of Captain America style. So
yeah.
he comes back, and the world's kind of changed. Fire Nation is trying to take over. They haven't had an avatar for the last 100 years, so there's been no one to kind of maintain the balance. And he's got to kind of go through and learn the disciplines and
To stop the Fire Nation.
to stop the
from taking
Fire
over
Nation from
world.
taking over the world
Ah.
and kind of bring peace and balance to the nations. That's what the Avatar does. He brings balance. And it's got an excellent sense of child wonder to the stories. Like the main character, Aang, Air Nation guy, free-spirited. He's got a great happiness. He's a kid, but he's dealing with really serious things, and they do it in an amazing way. The writers of this series did an amazing job.
Now, I've always kind of stayed away from it because it always appeared to me like it was too kiddie and wouldn't appeal to an adult.
And there's the childhood aspect there, but the stories are also very well done, very intricate, relationships very believable. So as an adult, as a childish adult, I still really enjoyed it.
Okay.
So I would definitely suggest Avatar: The Last Airbender. And on Nickelodeon now, Korra, the Legend of Korra, who is the avatar that follows Aang, has started, and that's a wonderful story. Both have some steampunk elements, as far as like the Fire Nation builds these ships that they power with their elemental powers, and then in the Legend of Korra, it's kind of taken to the next level. Technology's advanced,
Okay.
and that's turning out to be a really great series too. And I'll probably talk about it in the future. But for right now, get your start on Avatar: The Last Airbender. The movie was very sad. The cartoon show is excellent.
Good note on it. What you got?
Well, speaking of movies, I wanted to talk about one of my favorite 70s sci-fi flicks, Rollerball.
Not the remake?
Not the remake.
Oh.
Remake sucked.
The remake...
I'm seeing a trend here, the movie of this, what we're doing.
Yeah. I remember watching Rollerball 10,000 times on cable when it came out. And because, I watch the movies that I like. I don't just collect them and let them sit on a shelf collecting
I don't
dust.
know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So, but I've always loved this movie. And I bring it up to people because I think it's a very interesting kind of analysis of the future. Because it actually, in the mid-70s, talks about corporations so dominating life in the world, nations have become almost like redundant and useless. And the corporations dominate the earth, and one of the ways they control the masses is through the game. Kicking off on the blurb here, the year is 2018. Very close.
That's not very far away.
That's right. There are no wars, there is no crime.
Well,
okay, nobody's
I'll
perfect.
take that.
Nobody's
All right.
perfect.
So far,
but,
so good.
there is only the game. That's game spelled with a capital G.
I want to move there.
In a world where
good, yeah.
ruthless corporations reign supreme,
Okay.
this vicious and barbaric sport, in quotation marks, is the only outlet for the pent-up anger and frustrations of the masses.
Oh.
Now, they take aspects of hockey, football, motocross, and roller derby. They combine it into this game. Film-wise, cinematically, it's really, really cool because the stunt personnel actually developed their own rules for the game and would actually practice the game on the track that they created for the movie while in between shots and stuff to hone their skills. And as a side note, Rollerball is the first major Hollywood film to give individual credit to stunt performers, which we take for granted now.
Sure.
You know, the stunt
Yeah.
arm, blah, blah, blah. So, well, before CGI. But, this was like the first major Hollywood movie to do that. It's had a post-Godfather James Caan starring in it. But it talks about the omnipresence of corporations, and the whole point of Rollerball, it's this vicious, nasty team sport, is to actually teach humanity the futility of individual endeavor. Participate in the team. And I find that really interesting now because you have that whole objectivist Ayn Randian thing going on where the state is suppressing individuality, socialism is crushing it. And here, 40 years earlier, they're talking about corporations doing it. Mm-hmm. And I think that it's an interesting, it's really an analysis of authority rather than a particular political bent. Whoever's up top is going to be crushing individual achievement from the bottom.
Well, I guess the question I have is it bloody?
It's fairly bloody
Yeah.
for the 70s.
For the 70s,
and
yeah.
it's
I like 70s bloody.
but I can't there is something of a 70s aesthetic to this is what the world will look like in the future, and you look at it and it's very 70s-ish, but it's not as really over the top, say, as like Logan's Run or some of those other movies that really overdid
really
it.
smell 70s.
Yeah, exactly.
There is no renewal.
Although there's the one cool thing is you can't see it on any one of these, but the numbers on the jerseys are in that old school. Jeff, what is that? The computer font that reads the magnetic ink.
That.
The digital
Exactly.
The digital numbering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll know it when you see it. Smart
It has
ass.
a name, and I can't.
Yes, it does. It actually has a specific name, and
I'm
they
gonna
use
say it right here.
They use
Yeah.
that font, and
Ah,
it's
you're
actually
learning.
it's so there is that bit of dating to it, but over just the analysis of the progression of mass entertainment, they actually have what they call multivision, which is television that shows you multiple camera angles of at simultaneous.
Smart glass.
Yeah, except that it's
Oh,
like you get
smart
multiple pictures all at once displayed. So it actually
Picture with smart glass.
predicts some trends of the future way back in the 70s.
I like it.
As well as the bloodiness of sports and the whole the cult of personalities, celebrity, and all of that. And corporations
Yeah.
squishing the little guy. So,
Because that never happens.
You corporate guy.
so I really can't. I love Rollerball. It is a bit of a 70s sci-fi exploitive flick, but I think
are
it's
great
great.
flicks.
And also, it has the iconic toccata and fugue in D minor played on organ.
Okay.
Worth the
There
price
you
of
go.
admission.
There you go. So
So-
Rollerball.
This is not Quidditch, is what you're saying.
This no Quidditch. This is no.
Yeah, this
Quidditch.
one you guys should figure out the rules.
Yeah,
on,
you
man.
you don't fly off and grab a ball and then win the game no matter what the score is. Type of,
Colleges won't be. No.
Nah. So there you go, Rollerball.
Well, I'm bringing a game to you, and this game is. I was warned away from this game. People told me, don't play this game. That game sucks.
Really?
Sucks.
But I completely disagree. And that is Jurassic Park, the game by Telltale Games. You have to go into the right mind frame before you enter this in. First off, the game takes place during the first Jurassic Park and beyond it a little bit, on another part of the island, basically starting the story about what happened to the can that Nedry lost. All right? That's where the story begins. Now, it's not so much a game as it is an interactive movie, say like PS3's Heavy Rain. All right. If you think Dragon's Lair set in the island of Jurassic Park, you're pretty much there. All
The
right.
old Police Quest, King's Quest.
I mean, Telltale, they've done adventure games for a while. This is the first Telltale game where you can die, and that is part of the fun of this game. It's in 4 episodes, probably take you anywhere from 6 to 8 hours to play, so not a huge game, but the story is great. It integrates itself well with the already set mythos of Jurassic Park. Now, it is the movie mythos, not the book mythos. That stuff's still missing. Adds new dinosaurs, old ones that you love, references to characters and events that have taken place on other parts of the island that was in the movie. Now, again, this is basically a collection of QuickTime events because that's what Dragon's Lair is. But it's fairly forgiving, and it's more about telling the story. If you approach it like an interactive movie versus an actual game, your mindset's in the right place. If you're thinking you're going to have a big action-adventure game, that's not going to take place. Probably not your cup of tea. But if you miss Space Ace and that kind of ilk, by all means, pick it up. It's on the Xbox 360, also on the PC. My understanding is the Xbox version is being enjoyed a little more. Maybe it's the controller inactivity versus
having
Chickadee-chickadee-chickadee.
keys
So-
to...
And not that
Continue your
expensive.
movie.
And I'm sure Steam's going to put it on sale before very long because it's already been out for over 6 months. But yeah, I was told this game sucks. And if you're not expecting what you get, I can see people saying that.
There you go. You want to play like a shooter or something?
Right.
You're shooting dinosaurs, or that's not going to happen.
Yeah, not in this game.
Okay.
Now, again, it is a short game, and I'm not sure on its replay value unless you want to see other ways you could have died. Which, again, pretty fun. I mean, this game's a little brutal. Kids get eaten. It's great.
Eating children with
Yes.
dinosaurs? Oh, that's
It's a
the
win.
ticket right
so,
there.
Wow.
Telltale's Jurassic Park the game.
Awesome.
Wow.
Well,
You like that? I did physical sound
I
effects.
love Batman. I know. Batman all the time. I'm
Bread.
always talking Batman.
Bread. Bread.
Batman is not bread.
Batman's certainly bread.
Batman.
It's made of grain.
Batman,
Go ahead, Bat Boy.
Gates of Gotham.
Okay, what's this?
Written by Scott Snyder, and this is pre-52.
Okay.
So before the reset in the universe. Scott Snyder was the guy that was writing Detective Comics
Okay.
for Batman. He was doing an amazing job. He wrote Mirror Mirror, which was an excellent story talking about, you've got your Dick Grayson Batman, not your Bruce Wayne.
Okay.
Bruce Wayne has come back from the dead and he's off traveling the world to create Batman Incorporated. And Dick Grayson is in charge of Gotham. And Mirror Mirror is a great story. It kind of brings in a lot of the history from Commissioner Gordon and what's going on with his whole family, because that was a big part of Detective Comics always back in the day. And this is kind of bringing more into it. Scott Snyder did a great job with that. And this, Scott Snyder's kind of how does Dick Grayson fit in with Gotham? Because he's not a Gothamite originally. He was transplanted there. And he spent a lot of time in Bloodhaven as Nightwing, and also in Gotham as Robin, and then as Batman. But there's still some secrets in the city that he doesn't know. And Gates of Gotham kind of goes through and shows us that there's more to Gotham than what we've seen. There's a history to Gotham, a great history to Gotham. So the gates of Gotham are basically kind of two stories in one. You've got the old story, which is the 1800, 1800 early times
history
of
of the
Gotham,
city.
early history of Gotham City, building up, and you've got the Waynes there because they've been there from the beginning. You've got the Cobblepotts there as a family, and of course I forget the family name. The other one,
Hilton.
yeah,
Bloomberg.
the Hiltons. The Hiltons were there,
Katzenberg.
and the other
Vanderbilt.
families,
And-
the other families included. Gosh.
The Hitler family.
But, so you've got that, and they're building up their city.
Springtime for
Oh my
Gotham.
And what's great about that is when they're telling those stories, those old stories, they're talking about, you're looking in almost like a steampunk type, that's the second time I've mentioned steampunk, steampunk
see where you're
style
going with what
going
you
there.
like. Yeah.
Which, I like the steampunk, it's cool. So they've got that, and then they've got Dick Grayson, who's solving a mystery of crimes that are happening in his time that link all the way back to the formation of Gotham.
Okay.
So it's a great story. Scott Snyder does a great job of weaving those two stories together and telling it very interestingly. The art I love. It's
It's looking good.
good
yeah.
steampunk. Look at that suit. We'll show you that later. Look at that suit.
Gears and stuff, folks.
Gears and stuff.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
awesome. Look at
Gears
that.
of Batman.
Yeah. Stuff's blowing up.
Reminiscent of Mignola.
It's good. Yeah, it's kind of Mignola-esque. Very good. Batman, The Gates of Gotham. Scott Snyder's a great artist. He's currently working on the Batman comic series. In
The new
the
boot?
new 52, the remake. And he's kind of doing some of the stuff in that he intended to do with Dick Grayson. So you'll see the elements from that in this, and vice versa. So very good. If you like your Batman, definitely worthwhile. If you're not into Batman, but you just like to see a story,
Then why are you watching the show?
this is a great story that's just to have on the shelf. You don't have to know too much history to enjoy it.
Don't know
So,
nothing about no history.
There you go. This will
much
give you a
about
history
science
lesson.
books.
This will give you the Gotham
Don't know much
history
about the
lesson.
tongue I took.
Huh?
You know about geology?
That was a pretty loaded statement.
Wow. Man, I'm okay.
Let's move on. What you got?
Yeah, George R.R. Martin.
I've heard
Wait,
of
You know,
yeah,
Game
that guy.
of Thrones. He's
Yeah.
gritty fantasy. Oh my God, terrible things happen. There's moral ambiguity.
Yeah.
Who's doing what to
Yeah.
whom?
Naked people.
You never
Naked
know.
people.
Well, okay, maybe not the naked people part, where I'm getting to.
Oh,
Wait, what?
But
then what's
I
the point?
want to talk about the guy I feel kind of started it all for sword and sorcery epic fantasy, Glen Cook and the Black Company novels.
Take me down History Street.
Now, this is, let me get the exact year, 1984.
It's a good year.
Cook started this series, and it's one of my favorite fantasy series. It's actually the Black Company. What? Oh, okay. Yeah, what, you wanted to see my bookmark?
That's what this is?
That's a bookmark, yes.
Bookmark?
Nealon's Video in Evanston, Illinois, where I used to work after I graduated from college.
Oh, my
okay?
word.
All right.
Fantastic.
There you go. All right, you happy now?
You keep history in your history.
Well, yes, of course, because it's all about history, isn't it? The Black Company, they're a mercenary company. They pride themselves on being like as close to evil as you can get. We're badass. And it actually opens up on a pretty hardcore scene where they're trying to get out of a contract with an employer that's kind of gone bad and they got nowhere else to go, so they're trying to figure their way out. And shows up this one representative of the Empire of the Lady. The Lady is
Empire.
the Empress of the Sorceress Empire in the north, a resurrected sorceress from hundreds of years in the past. And it turns out that she is the wife of an ancient evil known as the Dominator. And you had the Domination.
The
which
lady.
was-
No,
can buy
we're
that
the
at the store.
Dominator!
You can buy that at the store up the street.
Yeah. Now, she has a
Silicone.
legion of sorcerers that help her rule her empire. One of the coolest, I think, evil sorcerer icons created called the 10 Who Were Taken. And these are 10 sorcerers that have been subjected to her will. And so you have the lady, and then you have her minions like Soul Catcher, the Limper, the Hanged Man, the Moonbiter, Stormbringer.
I want to know more about these people.
I want to know more about the Moonbiter.
This is actually very cool, dark stuff. The company finds out that they're in over their head and they're dealing with something
Bigger
worse
than
than they are.
Yeah.
So the first book deals with them coming to grips with ZOMG, what have we done?
Aha.
Second book, Shadows
Oh,
Linger, is where the company actually begins to discover that they need to make a decision, a sort of shit or get off the pot. I'm trying not to be too spoilerish.
Yeah.
One of the things I love about this one is it has one of the greatest secondary characters in American fantasy literature, Marin Shed. A guy who starts off moderately depraved, sinks to the utter abysmal depths of icky humanity, and then comes back up again. And I just love his story in that one. The White Rose is where they make a commitment
To a woman.
To another lady.
The lady.
Oh, another lady?
Yes.
How many ladies are in here?
There are two.
I've played a lot of fantasy games, all right? You don't
Yeah.
get many ladies.
Yeah, well, that's how revolutionary this guy is.
There you go.
And then that's a trilogy. The first three books detail the company's interaction
Okay.
with the Empire. There's a fourth standalone, The Silver Spike.
You can also buy that store down the street.
Yep, which details actually parts of the company that separate. There are 10 books altogether. These
10
first
books?
four, the first four are the strongest ones. They're the ones I recommend. You go after those, and if you like it, continue on with the series. I always recommend it. This is where it started.
That's exciting.
That is gritty, dark, you don't know badass until you've read it fantasy. The Black Company by Glen Cook.
Sold.
Nice.
To you too, Jeff.
Yeah. Making things, Dennis. Go. Planet Hulk.
Oh,
The
Planet
events.
Hulk.
The events, the Marvel events
Oh,
that.
that was a great
that-
series. Yeah,
right.
the comic. Ooh.
But I'm not talking about the comic as fantastic as
Oh,
that
it
series
is,
was.
yeah.
I'm
What?
talking about the animated movie.
An animated movie.
Yeah, now Marvel's animated movies have been getting better. And this is an example of them, again, edging forward in quality. Planet Hulk surprised me not only in doing a good job of adapting a great comic book story without losing too much of the detail. I mean, they did have to condense a lot of comic into 2 hours, a little less than. But they also retained the violence and the maturity of that comic book.
Yeah.
So they didn't dumb it down for the kiddies, even though it did premiere on Disney XD.
Ooh.
And even though it is available for streaming on Netflix, I recommend grabbing the Blu-ray if you possibly can, because it is stacked to the nines. Not only is there a documentary on how the movie was made, like every damn DVD has, but there's also a standalone documentary chronicling how Planet Hulk, the comic book series, came to
Oh,
be,
awesome.
and all the things they went through in making that. So that alone is worth the price of admission. 2 commentaries, plus a few motion comics, because they love those now. They're
All about
okay.
the motion comics.
They're
yeah.
all right. But the story itself, basically, Hulk is no longer wanted. So the Illuminati, which is what, Iron Man,
You got Iron Man,
And,
Doctor
Dr.
Strange,
Reed Richards.
Reed Richards,
Richards.
Namor,
and
Namor's-
and Black
Black Bolt.
Bolt.
No, not. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do.
He don't.
Yeah, well, he does that. But he just can't.
Yeah.
All right. They ship him off on a ship to a nice, peaceful planet where there's no animals anywhere, and he's going to live Hulk's rest of his life in peace, not being able to fight things.
That's great. He's on a farm playing with the butterflies.
Yeah,
and the
basically
rabbits.
that was
Are
the
there gonna
idea.
be bunnies there?
But no.
What?
Wormhole sends him to friggin' Gladiator Planet.
Oh,
And then
too
it's-
bad for Gladiator.
And
Planet.
that's really all I want to say. But it is good, a good Hulk story. And ever since the Avengers, everyone loves the Hulk.
Oh.
Yeah, you know, I have to admit, when the comic came out and I was just like
For you.
skeptical and everything, and then I saw the Hulk with a sword, and I was like,
Oh, it was,
hell.
it was Hulk
Yeah.
of Mars.
Yeah, I
It
got
was,
it.
Totally up to
It really kind of is.
yeah, Bruce Banner of Mars. Yeah.
But a great, interesting, and fairly deep for a Hulk story. So pick it up, especially the disc version of Planet of Hulk. Thou wilt not be disappointed, even though it's not Thor. There's a Thorish reference, though.
Verily.
Thorish kind
There
of
is
thing.
a Thorish
I don't want to give it
reference.
away, but Thorish.
Thorish.
Yeah, but not Thor. You got Thor? Write to us. Comments at uglycouchshow.com. You want to know what you think? What do you think about this guy? Yeah, you seen him? You like him? Tell us.
You've finally seen my face. I'm sorry.
And listen to Geek Shock. We talk about the week in geek and the various things that you want to know happens on a weekly basis. But until next time, I am Master Torgo.
Commander K.
And just Michael.
And, well, see you back on the couch real soon. Real soon. Super soon. I like this. I like
Enough
this
said,
idea.
true believers.
Enough said. Enough. Face front. Face front. I always like that. Mary Marvel Marching Society. Couldn't get away with that now.
No.
Not really. No one wants to join a marching society.
No, that's true. March to the same... Individuality!
Yeah. Marvel fascists.
That's right. Awesome series. I've got a few copies.
You got a few cards.
I actually do. That's how much I like it. You can put it on the stack of other books.
Yeah,